everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Cleo. I just finished watching Stranger Things season 4, and if you're asking if I should watch season 3 before watching season 4, then I would say yes, because you will understand a bit more. All the seasons are pretty much connected, so if you feel like maybe I should watch season 3 before 4, I would pretty much advise it. You don't have to go further back than that. You will do fine watching your season 3. If you're totally new, then I would advise you not starting with season 4, because I don't feel like this season is a good representative for the whole series. Go to 1, it's amazing. It's really, really good. Come to think of it, who starts a new series and starts with the latest one if you're like in season 4? Who does that? Anyway, before diving into season 4, I'm gonna talk about the series as a whole, just a little bit short, and a little bit short about season 3. Then, like always, I'm gonna have my final words on this season. So, short about the series in whole is that in the town called Hawkins, there's a secret laboratory, or if it's secret, with a lot of scientists, which they know about opening, like a gate to another world, like another dimension. This world is called the Upside Down World. The name is given by the main characters in this season, in this series. This world is like a reflection of our normal world, but it's dead and contains a lot of monsters and creatures. How the main characters gets introduced to this world is that their best friend gets kidnapped or runs away from a monster. His name is Will, and after that a lot of shenanigans happens. So, like my first video I did about Stranger Things, I compared Stranger Things to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because under their world is a hellmouth with vampires and different monsters, and this is pretty much the same concept. So season 2 and 3 is about the Mind Flayer, but
away! No! Away!
in all honesty, as a whole, the series is about the Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer is like this huge boss that controls the whole upside down world. And what he wants and what his goal is to come to our world and make it as dead as the upside down world. And just bring up all the creatures and so on and just take over the world. It's operative by entering a host. So in the beginning, the first host was Will, and in the season 3, it was Mac's brother, Billy. And the Mind Flayer is like a huge entity. When he was operative in the normal world, he kidnapped a lot of humans and rats and fed them chemicals. Then he melted them into biomass, and this biomass got them combined so he can make a new physical form. When the gates are opened, it creates a physical bond between the upside down world and our normal world. And this has to be so the Mind Flayer can be operative in our world. So when they closed the gate in season 3, the link between the two worlds got disabled, and that made Mind Flayer stranded in the upside down world. It's very essential that the gates stay shut. And also in the ending of season 3, Jim Hopper disappears after they actually managed to close the gate. So Joyce declared him pretty much dead. So everybody thinks he's dead. In season 4 we get introduced to a new monster called Vecna. Vecna is kind of a mentality monster that gets in your head. So what he does in this season is prey on teenagers with traumatizing memories. So what he does is he shows them to the teenagers for fun, for pleasure, and then he kills them by breaking their bones and taking their eyes.
It's time for your suffering to end. I want you to join me.
So he preys on people that have heavy baggage, you know what I mean? Have gone through traumatizing events or situation in their lives. So to explain it a bit more, this is what happened and this is what I saw. So what he does is he pulls them in the memory, so they kind of either hear the voices or they see like they are in the situation again. So what he does, he plays with their heads for fun. He's really evil, Vecna. And then all of them see a clock, and when they see the clock, that means the time is running out. So the last thing they see, before the last thing, is they see the traumatic event or go through the traumatic event again, and then lastly they see Vecna, and then they levitate in the air and their bones are pulling apart and the eyes disappear and they die. The thing with Vecna here is that he was actually human from the beginning, so he's not monster from the root. Well, we can discuss that. He was pretty much a monster as a child anyway, but like I'm trying to get at, he was actually human from the beginning. A human with special abilities, like he could sense the supernatural and he had telekinesis. His human name is Henry, and he got sent to Penhut mental hospital after killing his sister and his mother. You see, Henry grew up to hate the human civilization, most definitely its structure and its evolution. So this hospital Henry went to, well, this mental institution or whatever, is a place where they take in children. Well, they don't take them in with open arms, they actually take them with special abilities. And 11 was also an experiment there, or what can you say? Yeah, an experiment there. What they do there is experiments and they train them. 11 is a number that is given to her. It was given to her. She was number 11. Her name is Jane. And Henry's number was number 1. So he was the first child to enter that mental hospital. So in season 4, Jane, 11, is trying to get her powers back so she can stop Vecna. She lost her powers, I think, in season 3. And there's a memory she has to dig into, and this memory is showing a room with test subjects that are dead. And she's blaming their death on her. But the thing here is, Henry was actually to blame for these deaths. And she gets to find out the truth and banished him to the upside down world, where he got struck by the mind flayer's thunder, and he got burned and mutilated. But he did adapt to the environment, became a monster, thus became Vecna. So what I'm trying to say here also is the mind flayer shows him. And I'm gonna explain, shows him to do what? Soon. But why should I explain it when Dustin can do it better than I? What is the point for Vecna's killing besides his own pleasure because he's sick. Dustin explains it perfectly. Take a look.
The commies?
The commies didn't do this.
Then who did?
Nobody.
So it just opened up for fun.
Erica, you have no idea what you're talking about.
No, she doesn't. Yet, she raises an essential question. How did Watergate open up? Only 2 gates have opened so far as we know. One by L, one by the commies. But it's not the commies or L this time, so... Holy shit. Wait.
Wait, what?
There's one thing we've never understood, which is why Vecna's killing people. What's his motive? Killing teens? It always just seemed too random, too prosaic. On top of that, how does the Mind Flayer figure into all this? Maybe this is it. This is the answer.
What is the answer?
You sure you just want water? We have Coke, Sprite,
Coke works.
Dr. Pepper.
Okay, just hear me out. How did Elle open the Mother Gate?
She contacted the Demogorgon.
With psychic contact. Just like...
Vecna when he casts his spells.
Exactly. So what if, with each kill, he's not simply killing them? He's making a powerful psychic connection with his victims. A connection powerful enough to rip a hole in the fabric of time and space.
He's opening more gates.
Bingo.
Copy. We're still at the Wheeler house.
Why would he be opening gates to take over the world? Who do we know that wants to take over the world?
The Mind Flayers.
So if the Demogorgon was just his foot soldier, Vecna's his 5-star general. A 5-star general with the power to open gates.
So we're gonna go a little bit into the characters. In the beginning, well, in the first episode, you can see, for example, Luke being in a basketball team. He also wants to be with the cool kids. He wants to like get away from this nerd life. I don't understand why. You can also see Dustin and Michael being in a Dungeons and Dragons club, which is called Hellfire. Their leader is called Eddie. Sadly for Eddie, he's going to be wanted for the murder Vecna did on a cheerleader from Hawkins High School. So the police is going to be after him and people are going to be trying to kill him. Dustin and his friends knows he's innocent, so they will try to protect him, but they will also then get chased in a way. So in this season, they're going to be pretty much divided in 3 groups. We have Dustin and his group, which is going to try and find a way to stop Vecna and protect Eddie, of course. Then we have Joyce, Will's mother, that is trying to find Jim Hopper. And then we have Michael's group that is trying to go and get 11. And then we have 11 that is trying to get her powers back. And it is through the story of 11 we start to understand Vecna's origins. So I have watched season 1 to 3 and have not been disappointed. I have not been disappointed in one single episode. Season 4, there were 1 episode that was just too slow, nothing really happened. It made me question why aren't we seeing Vecna so much? And it was episode 6. So I love coming back and seeing the characters because I really love the characters. I can honestly say I have no character I find annoying. Even Erica. She's annoying, but I love her so much. What I love about the series, like I've said in the first review I did of the whole series, like from season 1 to 3, is as a nerd, I love nerds. And this series contains of dorks and nerds, and I love it. That's why I fall in love with them. Like I said before, or maybe I haven't, my favorite character is Dustin because he's funny, he's smart, and he's just, in my opinion, he's so cool. I like seeing topics that we have also now about games. I like Eddie, the character, Eddie that is the leader of the Hellfire Club of Dungeons and Dragons. He talks about that the society is saying that the board game is bringing out bad behavior from obviously teenagers or children. And we have that. Actually, we have that. I remember when people or higher people actually put a lot of money to research that. If gaming makes people do bad things. I also love when they mention things we recognize, like Lord of the Rings. It's fun. Also, Dustin's girlfriend also mentioned the internet and IP addresses, and I love the expression Michael did, and she just said, yeah, it's gonna be a huge thing. And yeah, I love those small things. I really do. I really appreciate them. What I think about season 4 as a whole, it was slow. It was really slow, and sure, Vecna is the main monster to focus on, but in the other seasons there was a main monster and then we had a lot of other monsters, and that brought a lot of action, so it wasn't really calm ever. It was always something going on. Here it was a little bit slow, and the sad part is they were divided into 3 groups, like I said. So Dustin had his group that was going after Vecna, and then we had Jane and Michael's group. Jane trying to get her powers back so she can defeat Vecna, and Michael trying to get her back. Then we had Joyce going after Jim Hopper. He got, kidnapped by Russians. I love Jim Hopper. Like, I think he's stronger than 11. I'm sorry, he's just sick as a character. But it wasn't that interesting, to be honest. I like when they are together. Even if they are divided, they work towards the same goal. It might be an unpopular opinion, but sure, I still love this series. I don't regret watching season 4 at all. I was actually longing for it, but I could honestly feel like it is slower than what it actually should be. And season 5 is coming pretty soon, and usually when something is coming that I enjoy, I get pretty hyped. Now I just hope for season 5 that they come together and work towards the same goal. So I have hopes for season 5, but I also understand they did the series under the corona time, so I understand. I still love the series. I absolutely love it. It's just, it was pretty slow this time. So that is my review, at least. The season still kept its strangeness, its mysterious ways. It still had a lot of cool effects. The bone-breaking parts and how they died was really, really cool. The monster Vecna, it's a really, really cool concept. It was a really nice monster design, I have to say. It really was. Well, a part of me does have big hopes for season 5. And Stranger Things, still, I had moments where I laughed. That's why I love this series very much. Dorks, comedy, monsters. Can it be better than that? Well, I do long for season 5, so I will be doing a review of that too. Guys, if you did enjoy this review, please leave a like and subscribe today for more. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.